So far, we saw about what is management and the concept of management, what is organization, role of management, and the basics of management, and other aspects of management. How the principles of management can be applied in library. So how library can be effectively management. So all those introductory part we saw it, and then we moved on to the theories of management, like classical theories, neoclassical theories, and modern theories. So now we are coming to the scientific management, which is also a part of classical school, classical theory of management. This comes under classical theory of management. So as I already told you, classical theory uh, doesn't give emphasis on human relations or human emotions. It mainly focuses on the productivity. So productivity or profit is the key factor, key emphasis of classical school of management. So scientific management is a part of classical school theory. So we will see what scientific management is all about. See, this concept of scientific management was given by Frederick Taylor. He believed that organizations should study task and develop precise procedure. What he believed is the organization should study what is the work need to be done and how to solve that task. Okay, this is the work need to be done and how to solve, what steps to solve. So scientific, in the sense, when you hear the word scientific, means it means a step by step or systematic procedure. Okay, the order should be in such a way that you should come either from the top to bottom or bottom to top, right? You should not change in between. Okay, so you cannot say directly I will write the fourth semester without studying 1, 2, 3. So the order should not be changed. That is a step-by-step procedure. After studying the first semester, you are going to second, then third, then fourth. In the first semester itself, you want to say I will write the project, means that is, it is possible in certain extent. Okay, but in systematic, in scientific management, it will not allow, right? The concept of scientific management will not allow. You have to go by step only to solve this task. To get a degree, you have to complete all the semester in a logical and systematic way. So that is the main concept: systematic and logical, step by step. Okay, remember these 3 points. Okay, so it is a classical approach, as I mentioned earlier. It comes under classical theory of management, emphasizes the scientific study of work methods to improve efficiency of workers. So scientific, you will hear these terms a lot actually. Scientific study, systematic study, it's nothing but a proper procedure, right? So for example, if I tell you to switch on, install a software, if I tell you to work on Koha, what will you do? Directly you will go to Koha. First you need to search in the Google, download Koha, install it, then only you can open it, right? If you are not having in your computer, if you are having it in your computer, you can directly open it, and if it is not there, you have to follow this procedure. So that is an instruction. Scientific is nothing but following the procedure according to certain set of rules. That is a scientific, right? So scientific research is also like that, following a certain procedures or a pattern to come to a conclusion or a finding, right? It's based on productivity of individuals. The classical administrative approach concentrates on the total organization, right? See, focus on the productivity only. As I said earlier, it focuses on productivity and profits, not on human aspect. That is the main focus of classical school of management. Okay, so these are the components in the sense parts of scientific management, determining the best way to each job. Okay, so who decides that which is the best way to do the job? Manager sets the best way and encourages the employees determination to do that. So there might be many ways, so from Kerala, if you are coming to, from Palakkad, if you are coming to Chennai, means, so I am saying I am the owner. So you are the employee of me. I am telling you, come to Chennai from Palakkad. You are saying, sir, this will be the short road, but coming via Coimbatore is the short road. But I am the manager. What I am saying? No, you come via Trivandrum. That's what I am saying. You come via Trivandrum, because the manager decides which is the best way out. It may not be necessarily right, but he decides the best way to do each job. Okay, it depends upon the nature. Okay, selecting the first class men to do each job. Efficiency of the employee is the ultimate target for maintaining the workflow. Yeah, selecting the best first class man, best man. That means only skilled people Based on certain parameters, we need the manager can evaluate. He is capable of doing that. No, he is not capable of. For example, if I tell what do you say? If I tell Abhilash to write in Bhojpuri, it is not possible, right? Only because Ritesh can do it because he is from that part of the country. And if I tell Ritesh to write in Malayalam, that is not possible. So I have to select the best man to do the perfect job, right? So I need to identify. The manager identifies the best man for the job. So only he can do this. Only he can do this like that. So paying per piece, analyzing workflow and paying for the best practices. So based on the job you done, I'll pay you accordingly, right? And duties of managers. Managers need to be ensured his or her duties. So all the managers. So we have seen the top level, middle level, and what do you say? Uh, First line managers, right? So the duties of the managers should be ensured and it should be fixed. Okay. So these are the components of scientific management. So coming to the historical development of scientific management, that is the evolution, origin. It began with the work of Taylor during 1880s and the 1890s from the doorstep of manufacturing industries. Based on manufacturing industries, he conducted a theory of management study, which was later established as a theory of management, which analyzed and synthesized workflows in organization and industry. In manufacturing industry, he analyzed the working patterns and workflows of those employees in the industry, and based on that, this theory of scientific management came out. Okay, the main objective of the management is to improve economic efficiency, labor productivity by analyzing workflow process. The workflow process from step A to step B. The end product. I need to make a car, right? I need to make a car. What should I do? I need to buy the I need to prepare the spare parts. Okay, I need to do the electrical wiring. Everything. The workflow should be there to get the end product. Okay. The only thing is to improve efficiency, and productivity, not the human factor. That is the main focus of classical school. I'm telling this again and again because that is the key part of this. The themes of scientific management includes analysis, synthesis, logical explanation, rationality, ethics, efficiency, elimination of risk, standardization of best practices. So the last term, standardization of best practices, is whichever gives the best productivity, they will follow that standard. Okay. So these are the what do you say? This is the historical part of scientific management. So this is what we are going to discuss. This is a key aspect of scientific management. The principles of scientific management. The first principle is emphasize organized knowledge rather than rely on rule of thumb. So for certain things, there is certain rules. You have to follow certain rules only. But here, scientific manage does not follow rules of thumb. Okay, rules of thumb. Because if you there are many people who are more efficient to find a shorter way than following the rule, right? If the work is done faster using the knowledge, then why to follow the specific rules, right? You can directly finish the work. So organized knowledge is given due importance than rule of thumb. The rule will be there, but here the productivity is the main aim. So whichever contributes to increased productivity, that knowledge will be given more importance than following the rules. That is the point they are trying to convey here. So obtain harmony in group action. The owner, employer, workers should have a good relationship between them in order to accomplish task in a harmonized way. Yeah. So everyone is doing their part, right? So you need to work together. If they are fighting and if they are having disagreement, the workflow will stop, right? The productivity will stop. So they believe in harmony. The relationship between the employees should be good. Achieve cooperation of work should be replaced by cooperation to feel the need for each other in the organization. So cooperation of work, so working together to achieve a common goal should be replaced by cooperation, because your cooperation should be needed in the context of improving the efficiency of the organization and working for maximum output rather than restricted outcome. The efficiency of the employee essentially encouraged and kept open without target. Yes, there is no target. For example, in certain companies, software companies, there will be target, daily target, weekly target, let it be. And if I finish the weekly target within a single day, I can take rest. Okay, the next target will be given only next week, and if I want additional target I can do also. Okay, that is depending upon to be. But here this principle is, if you finish the target within a short span of time, I am giving you that assignment. I told you now. I told you this assignment, previous assignment. I told you to submit by next week, but by tomorrow itself you are submitting means I'll encourage you to do write two more. If I am encouraging you to write two more because you are doing very well, right? I'm encouraging you to write two more titles. Okay, don't worry, I won't do that. But I'm encouraging you to do two more titles. Means that is there is no target. Depending upon the nature and speed of your efficiency of work, the target continue. There is no definite target. It goes on, right? The productivity goes on. Fifth principle is to develop the potential of the workers both for their self-development and organizational prosperity in essence. He emphasized the following points to achieve organizational efficiency. Develop a scientific way. Scientific way is nothing but systematic. So whenever you hear the term scientific, remember it is a systematic procedure. Okay. Train and develop the potential of worker to perform the job. Yeah. Before doing the job, the workers are given training. Okay, directly they won't be put into job, so they are given training that the companies like software companies do. After recruiting the employees, they give training. So based on the training, so if he is good in database management, they will put in SQL. If he is good in SQL, they will put in database management. If he is good in C programming, they will put in coding section, like that. So depending upon the potential of the worker, based on the training given to them, they will decide the which section you should employ. Establish harmonious relationship between management and workers. Harmonious is a friendly culture between management and workers. So those are the principles of scientific management. That is very important. So now let us see the basic ideas. Let us see the basic ideas behind scientific management. So the classical school owns its root to many contributors. So some of them are Taylor, Henry Knott, Knott introduced the Knott chart, and Frank and Lillian Galbraith. So these contributors and other developed basic ideas regarding scientific management. Some of those ideas are developing a new standard method for doing each job. Okay, whatever the job may be, they will develop a standard method. So step A is this, step B is this, step C is this, then you finish it. Okay, selecting, training and developing worker instead of allowing them to choose their own task and train themselves. That's what I told you. So after recruiting, you might say, sir, I'm interested in what do you say? I am interested in library softwares. No, you don't do that. You do library management. Based on your skill, I can say that you do library management. So like that. So depending upon the skills and training and developing workers, instead of allowing them to choose, you cannot choose. Only based on the skill and the training given to you, the manager will choose to which sector you will fit in. Developing a spirit of cooperation between workers and management to ensure work is carried out in accordance with the device procedure. So that should be spirit. If both, if the team members, if the employees are fighting and if they are in disharmony, if they are not cooperating with each other, what will happen? Ultimately, the production will stop. So they will oversee that. They will oversee that they are working together in cooperation, in harmony with the procedures, devised procedures, in the sense that the work should be done in a proper flow, proper order. Dividing work between workers and management in almost equal shares, with each group taking over the work for which it is best fitted. So depending upon the specialization of the nature of the group, one group is specialized in coding, in computer, in software companies you can see lots of that. One group will be in testing, one group will be in quality control, one group will be in database management. So depending upon the specialization, the groups will be allotted tasks like that. Okay, the work will be allotted and divided accordingly. These are the techniques of scientific management. Functional foremanship technique. It is a method of dividing management in such a way that each employee shall have as much possible functions to do. So this technique indicates that the management should be partitioned in such a way that everyone should have many functions to do. There is no limit to the functions. You must have many functions to do. And standardization of work. It is applicable to employee planning of work to be done in a standard base. So there is a standard way to do it, right? You can do this in your own way, but there is a standard way. The organization prefers to do this in a standard way. No, you cannot directly, what do you say? for example, in a simple, I can say, you cannot directly come and meet me. You have to go. For example, Abhilash asked me a bona fide certificate. Example, I'm saying, okay, what I tell that I cannot directly give the bona fide certificate because I am not authorized to do it. The standard way is he has to ask to the HOD. HOD will forward it to me. I'll prepare the template. I'll countersign, and then HOD will sign it and send it. That is a standard way. So those standard ways and routines should be followed, right? So we cannot compromise for the standard way. Efforts are asked to maintain standard at a workplace. Techniques of simplification of work. So whichever technique is used to simplify the work. If, for example, Abhilash says, sir, from coming to Palakkad to Chennai, using Coimbatore is the best route. Or coming to Chennai to Bathinda or something, going via Bihar is very long. Going via Delhi is short. If which is short, if I found out which is short, the best and simple way should be used. So both ways I can go to Bathinda, from Chennai to Bathinda, by Bihar also, by Mumbai also, by Delhi also. Which task simplifies, right? Which is the shortest route to reach Bathinda? That is my aim. So I need to find the shortest route. So techniques of simplification of work. You need to simplify and find the shortest route to finish the work, right? And conducting scientific study on work. It applied to study method, time taken, motion of workflow, minimizing cost, maximizing customer certification. So how long So it's the same example. Chennai to Bathinda. If I go via Mumbai, it will take around by train it will take around 36 hours. Example I'm saying. If I go via Delhi, it will take around 27 hours. If I go via Bihar, it will take around 40 hours. See, so minimize time taken. I'm conducting a scientific study regarding the work. Okay, so which is short? Ultimately Delhi is short. So I need to identify all these, and motion of workflow for minimizing cost. I need to minimize the cost also. I need to check the cost also. Okay, these are the factors I need to do in the study. Differential wage piece rate. Applying this method, rate of wages basis of the work done, not basis of the time spent for the work. So whatever work you have done, you will get wages for that, not based on the time spent. Sir, I have worked for 8 hours, I need salary, not like that. What in 8 hours, what work you have done, for that you will get salary. If the same work is done within 4 hours, you will get the same salary also. Okay, depending upon the work done, not based on time spent. Okay, mental revolution. This method is dealt with the change mindset of both employees. According to Taylor, it says that it brings cooperative mindset towards the employees, as well as, according to Taylor, it means it brings cooperative mindset towards the employers and the employees. Advantages is there is an harmonic relationship between owners and workers. Selection of employees in a scientific way and training them to promote better workforce with better efficiency. Yeah, if I put skilled people in the right place, if I put good people, good players in a good team, the team will definitely win, right? If I put Messi, Ronaldo and all the good players in a single team, what will happen? Team will definitely win, right? So that is identifying, that is the scientific way of forming a team. Opportunity of scientific training and orientation for employees, enhanced knowledge. So orientation and training should be given to increase the knowledge and skills and competency levels of the employees. Higher wages paid to those having higher productivity. See, the advantage is if you are doing good work, and if a productivity of if your work output is very good, I will give you more salary. So that is an advantage. And techniques in better working condition helps to eliminate wage fatigue. So if the conditions are good, you will feel less tired and you will feel motivated to work more because you're earning more money if the productivity is high. And there are certain limitations, disadvantages also. What are they? It gives emphasis on individual performance rather than group effort. Yeah, even in a group, if a single person does the job, the group will be excluded. Only the person will get highlighted. So it gives emphasis on single individual performance. It has meant division of employees as efficient and non-efficient categories. Yeah, only specialized. They are forming a team of specialized players, right? But there are other players also who can do, but they are not as good as them. But there will be a categorization. So that is not good in humanitarian point of view, right? Efficient and non-efficient. It gives trust on specialization and repetition of work to increase productivity with create monotony and restrict innovation. The same work you will be, because you are specialized in one field, you will be doing the same work again and again. So over a period of time, what will happen? You will get bored. The work will become routine and monotonous, right? You will get more, and there will be no innovation. There will be no innovation. Doing the same work again, increasing productivity, earning money. So eventually, what happens? You'll get frustrated. The employee chances of getting frustration are high, right? It neglects human factor. As I told you, classical school neglects human factor, and scientific management is also considered classical, falls under classical school, as it encourages work for money then work as human resources. So human factor is neglected. So based on productivity, you will get money. Simple as that. Only the productivity is the ultimate aim of the scientific management. There is limited chance to creativity among employees as they are guided by managers and resulting to frustration. Yes, I told you, right? For Abhilash saying Coimbatore is the best route to come to Chennai. No, you come via Trivandrum. That means because he knows Coimbatore is the shortest route. But the manager, I am the manager, I am not agreeing it. So what happened? He will definitely get angry. I am telling a good idea, but he is not taking because they are guided by managers, right? The order is given by the manager. Employee cannot do anything. That is the major drawback of scientific management. So these are some of the areas: task performance, supervision, motivation. So how to hiring, how to hire jobs and giving training to them, and supervising, rating using scientific work study. You need to supervise whether the job is done in a proper way, systematic way, scientific way. According to Taylor, motivation of employee is only based on money. So if you give money, employees will be motivated. So that is what Taylor emphasized on. So according to Taylor, the sole motivation is monetary motivation, that is money. If I give more money, I will work more. That is according to his theory. So these are the references which was used to present this presentation. You can go through this when you are free. So thank you.